Hi, my name is Landon Clark. I'm 16. This is what's in my bag. Start off with my putting putters. I putt with two Mic Pro AVRs. They feel good in the hand, nice and straight, have really good glide. Next, I got my throwing putters. Got a JK Pro AVRX. It's good for a little bit of headwind. It's nice and stable. I like to throw it only about like 250 to 300 feet. Next, I got one of those Eagle P-Line Glow P2s. When they beat in, go nice and straight, maybe a little bit of turn, but you know, it's good for the woods and for a bunch of straight shots. XT Nova is honestly kind of like just a frisbee, but it has its uses. Good, nice for good turnovers, or you can even put it on a little bit of hyzer, and it always comes in, lands soft. You can run approaches and not have to worry about a long comeback putt. Feels really good in the hand too. Next, I got a Pro Pig, super overstable. It's got that good beef for flicks and backhands. I can trust it in any wind. Not always, it will go towards the basket and skip a little bit, but it doesn't skip that much. Next are my mid-ranges. Carry 6 mid-ranges. Start off with the Recon mortar. I don't throw this backhand. I like it for flicks. It's nice and overstable, but not too overstable that it gets uncontrollable. It will go and sit next to the basket. It doesn't skip that much. It's got a nice low profile. Feels good in the hand, and the Recon plastic does feel really good. Next, I got a Champion Gator. I throw this backhand and forehand. Super overstable. It's good for skip shots or shots that I need just go left or right depending on how I throw it. Feels good in the hand, nice flat top. The good Champion plastic feels really good. And now I got some Rock 3s. From Most Overstable, this Champ Rock 3. I can trust it in a headwind. Feels really good in the hand. This bead with a nice low profile just fits comfortably in my hand. Throw this one on hyzer. It will hold the hyzer and just glide until it finishes, hopefully by the basket. So I got a KC Rock. This one's pretty new. It feels exactly like a Rock 3, like a Mic Pro Rock 3. Flies really well, still pretty overstable. It's nice for a good wood shot from that you need to go right to left for about 300 feet. Got a DX Rock 3. Now this thing is super money. Just goes dead straight with maybe a little bit of finish at the end. The DX plastic, it's kind of what I like for my mid-ranges because I can grip it real well. And I rely on these a lot. I got the Mic Glow Rock 3. This is my most understable Rock 3. Feels really well in the hand. I only throw it backhand unless I'm stuck in a hard spot and I have to throw like a forehand touch ante shot. but this thing has saved me a lot of strokes. It goes dead straight, but it will also go right. It holds a really good anti-line. I really like this disc. Next are my fairway drivers. Carry 7 fairway drivers. Got 2 FDs. This one is kind of a roller disc / flip up forehand disc, just for it's really controllable. You just always need something super understable in your bag just to get out of trouble, honestly. This S-line one's pretty new, but thrown right, it will just go dead straight with a little bit of turn to the right, and hopefully a tad bit of fade. But I got my buddy Sean Watkins to do this dies. Go check him out. Moose Print Dies. He's a really good guy. I got 2 Metal Flake T-Bird 3s. I wasn't really ever a T-Bird guy. They always seemed a little bit stable, like when I was coming into the game, like really stable. And then after about a year and a half of playing, I found the T-Bird 3, and this thing is the perfect disc for me. It's probably my favorite fairway driver I have in my bag. Goes dead straight. This one is my understable one. I can do some hyzer flips with it. Goes a little bit right, then comes back left. But this is my money disc. I put a new one in the bag just in case there's a little bit of headwind, because it won't dump right, but it'll still turn and finish. But yeah, T-Bird 3, go check it out. Feels really good in the hand. Just get the Metal Flake Plastic. Next, this is a Champion Thunderbird. I've had this in my bag for probably over a year now. This might be my most reliable disc in my bag. Flip hyzers, forehands. This disc I can control this disc the best in my bag. And if I lose this, please give it back to me. Next, I got a C-Line FD3. I like to throw this backhands because I can get a little bit more distance out of this than a Firebird backhand, but it's also good for forehand flex shots. Feels really good in the hands, super flat top. And yeah, C-Line plastic feels really good. Next, I got a Champion Firebird. I like to throw this forehand. I don't know what it is, but the Firebird rim just feels really good in my hand. Super comfortable. Very reliable. Will always go right or left depending on how you throw it. Yeah. Going to my distance drivers. This is kind of a utility driver. It's a Luster PD2. Will never turn over in any wind. Super overstable. I need something in my bag that I can trust to not turn over in a headwind because I throw pretty hard. Yeah, it's an all-around great disc. I've been messing around with this disc for a couple weeks now. It's a Glow Shrike. I've been working on my forehand a little bit, and this I've heard is good for forehands because it's like a flip up and it will ride left and finish. So I'm seeing some pretty good things. This will have some good outcomes in the future. Next, I got a Star Wraith. This is honestly, this disc alone has helped my forehand a lot. I can throw this on hyzers. I can throw this flat and get a little turn out of it, but it will always finish, which is what I need because I don't need a forehand to just go left. I can get about 325 out of this, which is very helpful because everybody needs a forehand and a backhand. And now onto my favorite disc, my favorite distance driver. Got the Star Destroyers. We'll start from most understable. I got a AJ2 line. This thing is so understable. Only ever comes out for rollers, backhand rollers. I can get a good lot of distance out of this from a backhand roller, but air shots, I could really only throw about 50% and it still goes right. Can't really throw this on a, it won't hold a hyzer. The Money Destroyer, this thing, I can get so much distance out of this. I've almost lost it a couple times, but I always find it. This is the perfect destroyer. Throw it like that, flips up, goes right, comes back. It's just all around my favorite disc in my bag. So I got this blue Star Destroyer. It's a tad bit more overstable than this red one, but flies great. Throw it on hyzer, still flips up. Doesn't go right, as it only goes right for maybe 2 seconds, and then all of it comes back left. It's a great disc because the wind out here in Oklahoma always changes. Not sure I'm going to play in every day. Got a white bottom stamp Star Destroyer. This disc is so domey. It's got a heartbeat. Super overstable. I'll throw this from about anything from like 360 to 450, depending on the wind. It's really good. I mean, it won't go right unless I force it over. Super good for hyzer shots. This is probably my go-to hyzer destroyer. Just feels really good in the hand with the dome. Next, this is my last disc. This is an old Paul McBeth Star Destroyer. I got this from a friend. I was kind of unsure about it when I got it, but I threw it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the most overstable destroyer I've ever thrown. Very trustworthy in the winds out here in Oklahoma. Won't turn over in a headwind. Feels really good in the hand. Not flat, but has a little bit of dome. And this old Star plastic feels really well in my hand. You should always go get a destroyer. That's all that's in my bag. Thank you, Innova Champion Discs, for the discs and shirts. Thank you, Oklahoma Disc Golf Foundation, for letting me play tournaments as much as possible. And thank you for Stillwater High School for letting me run the disc golf program.